Did you know that people over 65, who have a strong sense of purpose, live an average of 7 years longer than those who don't? Today, we're diving into Viktor Frankl's revolutionary blueprint that shows exactly how to build unshakable resilience in your golden years. Welcome back to our channel where we explore the wisdom that comes with experience. I'm here to share something that could transform how you view aging. Viktor Frankl, a Holocaust survivor and renowned psychiatrist, discovered 3 pillars of resilience that don't weaken with age. They actually strengthen. What if I told you that your 60s, 70s and beyond could be your most meaningful decades yet? What if challenges became opportunities and every day held purpose? Today we're breaking down Frankl's 3 pillars: the will to meaning, existential attitude, and self-transcendence. By the end of this video, you'll have practical tools to not just survive aging, but to thrive in it. Stay with me, because at the end, I'll share a simple 5-minute daily exercise that seniors around the world are using to rediscover their sense of purpose. Let's start with the first pillar, the will to meaning. Frankl believed that our primary drive isn't pleasure or power, it's meaning. But what does this look like for someone over 65? Think about it this way. When you were younger, meaning might have come from building a career or raising children. Now, meaning can come from entirely new sources. It's about finding what matters most to you at this stage of life. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. After her husband passed away, Margaret felt lost. Her children were grown, her career was over. She asked herself, "What's the point now?" Then Margaret remembered something Frankl taught. Meaning isn't given to us, we create it. She started volunteering at a literacy program, teaching adults to read. "Every time I see someone write their name for the first time," Margaret told me, "I remember why I'm here." Margaret didn't just find a hobby, she found her new purpose. She transformed her grief into a gift for others. So how do you find your will to meaning? Ask yourself these 3 questions. First, what experiences from your life still bring you joy when you think about them? Second, what problems in the world genuinely upset you? Often, our greatest frustrations point to our deepest purposes. Third, what would you regret not doing or sharing before your time here is done? Your answers aren't just random thoughts, they're clues to your unique meaning. Here's something powerful. Have you noticed that the most energetic seniors you know aren't necessarily the healthiest ones? They're the ones with the strongest sense of purpose. They wake up each day knowing their why, but finding meaning is just the beginning. How you approach life's inevitable challenges, that's where the second pillar comes in. In the next few minutes, I'll show you how your attitude can literally reshape your experience of aging, and I'll share the story of an 80-year-old man who turned his biggest fear into his greatest adventure. Take a moment right now. Think about one thing that still excites you, something that makes you lean forward when you talk about it. Hold that thought. We're building something important here. The second pillar is what Frankl called existential attitude. This isn't about being positive all the time. That's impossible and honestly insulting to real human experience. This is about choosing how you respond to what life brings you. Frankl said, "Everything can be taken from a man but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances." At 65 and beyond, you've likely faced loss, illness, disappointment. Maybe you're dealing with physical limitations you never expected. The existential attitude isn't about pretending these things don't hurt. It's about deciding what they mean for your life story. Are you a victim of aging, or are you an explorer of a new life chapter? The facts might be the same, but the story you tell yourself changes everything. Meet Robert, an 80-year-old who was terrified of technology. His grandchildren lived across the country, and he felt increasingly isolated. His first attitude was, "I'm too old to learn this computer stuff." But then Robert shifted his existential attitude. Instead of, "I'm too old," he started thinking, "I'm experienced enough to learn differently." He didn't try to become a tech expert overnight. He simply decided that staying connected to his family was worth the discomfort of learning something new. 6 months later, Robert was video calling his grandchildren every week, sharing photos, even playing online games with them. "I'm not good with computers," he says, But I'm excellent at loving my family, and now technology helps me do that. Same man, same limitations, completely different story. Here's how you can practice existential attitude. When something frustrating happens, maybe you forget where you put your keys, or you can't open a jar like you used to, pause. Instead of, I'm getting old, try, I'm adapting. Instead of, I can't do this anymore, try, I need to find a new way to do this. Small shifts in language create massive shifts in experience. Think about the stories you tell yourself about aging. Are they stories of decline or stories of evolution? Are you narrating a tragedy or an adventure? Now, you might be thinking, this sounds like a lot of work focused on myself. That brings us to the most powerful pillar of all, and it might surprise you. The third pillar is self-transcendence. And here's the beautiful paradox. The more you focus beyond yourself, the more fulfilled you become. Frankl discovered that meaning isn't found by looking inward. It's found by reaching outward. Self-transcendence means connecting to something larger than your own concerns. It could be other people, a cause, a creative project, or a spiritual practice. The key is that it shifts your focus from what am I getting to what am I giving. This is especially powerful for seniors because you have something younger people don't: perspective. You've lived through decades of change, challenge, and growth. That wisdom is a gift the world needs. I want to tell you about Dorothy, a 78-year-old grandmother who felt invisible after retiring. She said, "Nobody needs me anymore." But Dorothy had lived through the civil rights movement, raised 4 children as a single mother, and survived breast cancer twice. Instead of focusing on feeling needed, Dorothy decided to focus on what she could give. She started recording video stories about her life experiences for a local historical society. Young people began reaching out, wanting to hear about the old days. "I thought my story was over," Dorothy told me. "But I was wrong. My story was just becoming useful to others." Dorothy discovered that self-transcendence isn't about sacrifice, it's about significance. When you contribute to something beyond yourself, you become part of something eternal. Here's your challenge. Identify one way your life experience could benefit someone else. Maybe it's mentoring a young person in your former profession. Maybe it's sharing your hobby with someone just starting out. Maybe it's simply being the kind neighbor who checks on others. The question isn't, am I still useful? The question is, how can my experience serve? Have you ever noticed that when you're helping someone else, you forget about your own problems? That's self-transcendence in action. You're not escaping your life, you're expanding it. Now let me give you that simple daily exercise I promised. I call it the Frankl 5-minute method. Every morning before you start your day, ask yourself these 3 questions. First, what meaning will I create today? It doesn't have to be grand. Maybe it's having a genuine conversation with a neighbor or working on a project that matters to you. Second, what attitude will I choose today? Identify one potential challenge and decide in advance how you want to approach it. Third, how will I transcend myself today? Choose one small way to contribute to someone or something beyond your immediate concerns. Write down your answers. Keep them simple. At the end of the day, reflect on how it felt to live intentionally. This isn't about perfection, it's about practice. You're training your mind to look for meaning, choose your attitude, and reach beyond yourself. Let's recap your resilience blueprint. Pillar 1, the will to meaning. Your purpose doesn't end at retirement, it evolves. Look for new sources of meaning that match this stage of life. Pillar 2, existential attitude. You can't control what happens to you, but you can always choose how you respond. You're not a victim of aging, you're an explorer of new possibilities. Pillar 3, self-transcendence. The secret to fulfillment isn't getting more for yourself, it's giving more of yourself. Your experience is a gift the world needs. Remember Margaret, who found meaning in teaching literacy. Remember Robert, who chose to learn technology to stay connected. Remember Dorothy, who discovered her story could inspire others. If this resonated with you, I want you to do 3 things. First, subscribe to our channel and ring that bell. We're building a community of people who believe your best years can be ahead of you. Second, share this video with one person who might need to hear it. Sometimes the most powerful gift we can give is hope. Third, try the Frankl 5-minute method tomorrow morning and let me know in the comments how it goes. Your life story isn't over. You're just writing a new chapter. And with Frankl's blueprint, it might be the most meaningful chapter yet. Until next time, keep exploring, keep growing, and remember, resilience isn't about avoiding life's challenges. It's about dancing with them.